it's also not a fair process at all, because I have in my mind an idea of what I'm looking for, because I'm, again, making stew or whatever, and it's not always about this person was better than that. You could have 3 or 4 people that you thought were very good, but this person fit your recipe more.
And I mean, in times that I've done casting, which I love, I think I would be a casting director if I weren't a writer, is you'll see people who are just special. Like, wow, there's just a quality to you that's really amazing. And if I'm in the room with that person, and even if they're not right, I will tell them, like, you have something there that's really different than, like, the 20 people I saw before you. And so keep doing this, because I always think there's sort of a hierarchy of, like, sort of like how much your life sucks in Los Angeles, which is actors have a really hard life in that, like, they walk into a room and they're wrong. And musicians have a hard life in that, like, oh, we don't really like what you do. Writers, at least, we get to sort of fail quietly by ourselves. And so I'm always really mindful of sort of how tough it is to be an actor, and like how tough it is to go to that room with strangers, and a tiny room usually with strangers and a video camera pointing at you, and someone reading a scene with you who is the wrong gender often.
I remember one time we were casting The Rookie, and you said we had all these kids on this high school baseball team, and so Ron was bringing in lots of young actors, and she goes, I don't know if he's right or not. He's a good actor. He's, people are excited about this young guy. You should meet him, read him. I said, absolutely, let's see them all. And Zach Braff came in, and he came in, and he was fantastic. He just didn't seem like small town Texas, but I could tell. I go, okay, he's got something. And if I'm not mistaken, it was either he was the last guy we had, and we all walked out or whatever. But I came across him outside, and I came up to him, and I'm not this good a guy, honestly. But I came up and I go, you're not getting the role, but you may have been the best actor that came in for it. I just wanted to let you know that. And I explained why, and he goes, wow, that's good to know. I don't have to go home tonight, because I thought I nailed it. And I go, you did. He goes, you don't have to have a sleepless night wondering if I got the role or not.
And you do remember, like, those people who were great, who were wrong for your thing, and that's the crucial thing too. Like, you build your list of, like, I want to work with that person at some point, and that's always great. And sometimes those are, just auditions. Sometimes those are meetings, coffee meetings. Like, wow, that's actually a good guy, and I'd put that person in a movie.
And I think The Rookie is a good example, because it was a sports movie, and I kept trying to convince John, great actor, and he'd say yes, but he hits like a girl. And so, I would try. There was one actor in particular, I kept saying, please, can we please? And John was like, no, we took kids out to hit the ball. So I mean, I think in that instance, that's where I had to just relent.
Yeah.
For me, one thing that I find very difficult is when directors are rude to the actors, because I just think it's, these people are putting out, take 5 minutes, get off of your BlackBerry. Like, I've had that experience, and I think it's demoralizing to the actor, and then I'm embarrassed because I've invited this actor into this space, which I hope to be a safe space. So that's one thing for me that I just feel like participate in the process. And one thing about John that's so great, and The Rookie was the first movie that we did together, and you were a writer. It was the first time he had directed, but he knew how to speak to the actors, and there's something so important and vital, I think, about that, to respect what it is that they're doing when they come into the room. And I just think that's critical.
Well, they do something that I can't do. The other thing is my mind immediately goes to, no matter if I think they're good or bad or in the middle, goes to, okay, they got these sides yesterday, and they took this very seriously, and they learned these lines, and they thought about it, and they spent the time, and they woke up early, and they took a shower, and they thought about what clothes they were going to put on, and they drove in Los Angeles to this audition. And they sat outside for 25 minutes, waiting and sweating with other actors that were there for the same role. And they're here. The least I can do is respect them. And even if I know they're not right, give them a note and give them a second chance at something.
That's phenomenal when that happens, too, because
he does that.
Yeah, I can imagine that he does. And as an actor going into these auditions, and you do go through that whole process, the pages come in, and then your world changes for 24 hours on the last-minute auditions. But when you're there and it's, say, a cold room, like Rana was describing, the actor feels it. And it's suppressive. It suppresses creativity in that moment. So it's like whatever you want to get out of it, you got to put into it on the other side of the camera.
And let's talk about, that 2 minutes of that 30 seconds to 2 minutes of conversation. Do you like that, or would you rather just get right to the scene?
I kind of like it. I like to get right to the scene. Yeah.
And, you know, if someone gives you just like the impossible note, do you try to do it anyway? So
Yeah.
Okay.
It's actually fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So could you do that, but like in Portuguese, with a Portuguese accent, and really slowly, and you do it? Maybe?
I'll try. I'll always try. I mean, it becomes like a sport then, It's like you're there. Why not show them that you're agile and,
Oh, if I really like someone, and I think this person has a chance for this, I will give them a bad note. I will send them down a dark alley and see if they are jumping to it or not, to see if they've listened,
Yeah. That is a crucial thing. Is like, can they just perform this one thing, or can they actually like make a variation? And that's a crucial thing when you find somebody who you think might be the right person. Cool.